Y'all ready? I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration to make ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark to let you. And I'm just messing with you. All right, so you're tuning into the pro-black perspective on KWAZ radio, and today I'm going to give you it straight up. 5 reasons you should ignore every black nationalist, every American black nationalist. So before we get started, let me tell you right up, straightforward, that you can join the podcast live on the Discord. All you have to do is click the link in the description, and of course, at any point in time, you can connect on the Discord, and you could have access to, constant conversation. Albeit, it is a little bit more moderated these days, but we're gonna jump right into it. The 5 reasons that you should ignore every American black nationalist. Okay? And I'm going to tell it to you straight up like this. First off, they're unfocused, they're unorganized, they're undisciplined. And let's be real. Because of those things, they're also broke and psychotic. Okay? You got to ignore people just off that, period. Alright? But I'm going to break it to you really simple. Okay? One of the things that you have to understand in this world, or in this life, right, is that you should be, hold on a second, y'all can't see this thing? Is that you should be focused on one of 3 things. Matter of fact, no, not one of 3 things. You should be focused on at least 3 things, okay? And I'm going to take it back to the ancient ancestors, okay? Our ancient ancestors put it this way, all right? You know how, like, let's say, today we say we greet each other, we might be like, yo, Hotep, right? Which means peace, right? Or even like you go to the Muslims, they might be like, Assalamu alaikum, which means peace upon you, or whatever. If you really go back into Kemet, the way how they would greet each other, right? Or even, say their salutations, if you will, was Anku Ja Seneb Neb, okay? Or even Anku Ja Seneb, okay? Anku Ja Seneb means, I wish you good health, good life, good health, and good wealth. Okay? So good life, good wealth, and good health. Ankh being life, you know this. Uja being wealth, and Seneb being health. Alright? So they wish you good life, good wealth, good health. Okay? Those are the 3 things that they would tell you, those are the 3 foci that you need to be focusing on that you aren't being focused on. Sometimes I scroll through on my, social media, and I see y'all talking about, Biden said this to this crowd. That got nothing to do with you, or you saying, I ain't gonna take this vaccine. All right, don't take it. It's not even that complicated, right? The question being though, how are you getting your life together? How are you getting your wealth together? And how are you getting your health together? You see what I'm saying? So you got to focus on these 3 things, and when you're focused on them, that also means that you're supposed to be organized for those 3 things. A lot of y'all, now first off, I'm gonna be straight. A lot of us ain't even in organizations. A lot of black folk ain't in organizations. So I'm telling you, come through to an organization that I'm setting up. All right, I'm telling you that right now. But notwithstanding that, a lot of black folk ain't in organizations. That's fine, but it's also stupid. I'm gonna tell you straight. Not because of any other reason. I'm going to tell you straight. You have to be organized for 3 things. That's for your life, okay? For your health, and for your wealth. Okay? Those are the 3 things that you should be in an organization for. So that means that you should be in at least, like you should be in like 3 clubs. Like when I go to Africa, I'm planning on having a wealth club. I'm planning on having a health club. And I'm planning on having a life club. And that life club is more like, what are you going to do with your family? What are you going to do to survive? What are you going to do, to have that fulfillment in your life? Right? But again, the health and wealth thing is important too. And I'm going to say it this way. You have to be healthy physically and intellectually. Okay? Physically and intellectually. Because the thing is, the trouble with a lot of our quote-unquote American black nationalists is that they're not even healthy intellectually. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you the truth. I mean, because I've been involved and active and engaging with folk. All right? Half the people, like a lot of the people that I've interacted with, a lot of people I've engaged with are psychotic. Okay? A lot of the people that I've engaged with are psychotic. You know, you heard me talk about this before. You know, like I said, some people are like cults. I've told you that before, right? Some people are just like obsessed with, you know, trying to get little pennies from these white boys. I'm gonna tell you this, right? I went on the line. I said, look, you know, I kind of want to make me some money. I went online. I fiddled around, you know, for 2 seconds, and I made some good bread. Okay, now that's fiddling around for 2 seconds, right? That's something that should have been said before. That's something that we should be getting together and studying how we can do, because I'll explain it this way. Okay, one of the things I'm doing, let me say it this way. All right, if I buy something for $20 and I sell it for $50, right? I make $30 profit. Correct? If I buy something for $20 and I sell it for $30, or for $50, I make $30 profit. Right? And wouldn't you know that the way how this economic system is set up is that some people do want to buy something. You know, some people want to sell something for $20, and some people want to buy the same thing for $50. And all you got to do is know where they at. Know where they at, and you getting $30. And it's not always going to be 20-50 spread. It could be 20-22. It could be 50. 57, and it could be that, you know, you buy it for 20 and people want to buy it from you for 10. You know, like the market is unpredictable, but the reality being that if you were to get together and work and have a overall positive performance, right? You talking about multiplying. You talking about multiplication now. But instead of doing that, what you're doing is you there wasting your breath and wasting your time on things that got nothing to do with anything, and that's the symptom and symptomatic of this quote unquote American black nationalism. I'm telling you right now. So the 5 reasons you should ignore the quote unquote American black nationalists is because, one, for instance, they're unfocused. They ain't talking about Uncle Johnson Neb. I don't know what they're talking about. Half the time, like for instance, like I'll tell you, if you go down what's really dialoguing, you know, half the times it's celebrities. You know? Celebrities got nothing to do with your Uncle Johnson Neb. And the reason why you got to focus on Uncle Johnson Neb, for those of you who might not be familiar, is this. Look, those are the things that you can fix. Those are the things that you control. You understand? And some people may be like, oh no, I don't control my wealth. Oh yeah, you do. Okay? You know, nobody's micromanaging your pocket but you. Now, of course, you might say, well, look, man, I don't get paid enough. But look, you know, you can fool somebody. Okay? I remember, for instance, I'll tell you this. I mean, I could say it right now. I'm not going to say her name. This one sister was telling me that whenever she goes for a job, and they say, what was your former income, she'd make her income a little higher. And as a result, she get a higher income. Because she's like, they don't check. You understand? Sometimes, and the thing is this, that too, you don't even have to go work for nobody. If you could, like I said, if you could find somebody who is trying to sell something for $20 and you know that it's going to appreciate, and of course, you know, if you know what I'm talking about, that's called the stock market, or you could see that in the stock market. But the point being that you don't even have to. If you're focused on these 3 things, you can get it, especially if you organize for it, and if you're disciplined for it. But that's the trouble with these quote-unquote American black nationalists, is that they're not, like I said, they're unfocused, they're unorganized, they're undisciplined. And when you're unorganized and undisciplined on these important things, you end up being broke and not just unhealthy physically, but, you know, I'm not even concerned with that. If you want to be unhealthy physically, that's on you. But you want healthy intellectually. A lot of people are unhealthy emotionally, and they end up being psychotic. I'm telling you. A lot of folks psychotic. A lot of folks complaining about things don't got nothing to do with nothing. You know? Oh yeah, you know. Or like I'm telling you, a lot of these people. You know, oh, you know, yeah, I think you were, you know, I saw somebody dating, you know, like, oh, you know, the way how this person's dating, or you know, oh, you know, all sorts of nonsense. Like, you can't even repeat it because it's like you have to tune it out. You know, one of the sisters I know, one of the most positive sisters I know, right? Now one of the troubles with her, I mean, she tell you some stuff. She was telling me, you know, cause she like a happy sister, happy. I said, what's the key? What's the secret for your happiness? And she said, are you willing to change your diet and you know, practice abstinence? And I was like, wait, hold on a second. You know what I'm saying? Like two wrongs don't make a right. You know what I'm saying? But all the same, you know, I mean, I'm not going to advocate for no abstinence or for no veganism, period, right? I'm not going to say that, but that's part of the good health. You know what I mean? That's part of the good health. That's part of the discipline. Now, I'm not saying that that's the only way. I'm not even saying that is a way. You know, I don't advocate that at all. All right? But what I'm saying is that, you know, that's somebody focused on their wealth. That's somebody focused on their health. That's somebody focused on their life. And she's happy. You understand? That's somebody who tunes out the nonsense. Sometimes I would go on, I'll be like, hey, look at this video. You know, it's back when I didn't have no damn sense. I'm there, hey, look at this video of these kids in the Congo doing the coltan, you know, blah, blah. And look, that's an awful thing, no doubt. You know, of course, eventually you want to go, exactly, abstain from the talking abstain, right? You know, that's been a medicine in the building, right? And of course, you know, you want to go help out the people in the Congo. Obviously, you want to help out all the black folk around the world. That's no doubt. Okay, but that's on. But look, you got to do what you can do right now. You know, I'm telling you, once upon a time, before I started focusing on getting this wealth, getting this money, right? I was like this. If I go to Africa, if I go live in Africa, what am I going to do? You know, if the jobs are not there, right? How am I going to survive? How am I going to eat? How am I going to sleep? Like, where am I going to sleep? What am I going to do? Now that I have a little bit more money, right? I'm saying to myself, I just want to go buy a building. Okay? I just want to go buy a building. I don't even need the building to be profitable. Right? I want to buy like something, you know, like a coffee shop. You know, I know it's not going to give me no money, but I want a place for our people to be. You know what I mean? Same with this Congo thing. If we organized our wealth and if we talking about real wealth, you know, millionaires getting together, you know, you could do something about the children in the Congo. You could do something about the dam in the Congo. You could do something for your people. Talk about millionaires getting together, but instead you want to count your quarters together and you know hold off on that, and then say you gonna transform the world and you gonna bring attention to different issues. You know that's what a lot of us do. We bring attention. We you know there are mercenaries in IT. You know I know this one sister. She's like there are mercenaries in IT. You know, and look at that. Oh, that's terrible. Retweet this. You know, show it to the world. The world knows it because the world paying for the mercenaries. Now you can pay for the counter mercenaries. You ever thought of that? And you might be like, well, why don't they just fight from their own? No, they're not gonna fight because you give the arms. You give the armaments. You understand? You dig in your pocket and things is gonna change and things are gonna transform. All right, so that's why I say that the people are being unfocused. Again, you want to focus on Uncle Johnson net, all right, life, wealth, and health, and then you want to be organized around these things. You want to be organized around what your life is going to be, okay, what you're going to work towards to better living for yourself and for the people around you. Like Brother Koku, right, bit of medicine. He's working on curriculum, you know, working on school, working on education. He understands, look, we're going to better the life of people. We're going to better the life of African people. That's what you're supposed to be a part of. All right? Now skip forward to health or wealth, right? You got to be a part of a wealth organization. You got to say to yourself, how am I going to have $1 million? Now, some of you are going to be like, oh, I don't like fiat. But whatever it is that you want, how are you going to have land? How are you going to have whatever it is that you consider to be more than, to be abundance? How are you going to have that abundance? That's what you got to focus on. You know? Because if you don't have that abundance, you can't be a giving person. You want to be a giving person. So you got to focus on being a getting person. Because the thing is, the truth is this. Look, not everybody's going to get. Okay? Closed mouths don't eat. Okay? Closed mouths don't get fed. Right? Not everybody's going to eat. So you have to organize. You don't even have to. Look, you don't even have to organize to get your wealth. You know, you got to have that discipline. But you don't even have to organize. But if you organize and get that wealth, yeah, you probably be good. Okay? Like what I'm doing is a little more risky. Okay? You know? Sometimes you up, sometimes you down. So I wouldn't really necessarily recommend that. But I'm saying this. How are you going to get that abundance? Okay? Organize for that. Get disciplined for that. Same with your health. You know? Make sure you exercising at least once a week. At least once a week. Make sure you reading. And when I say reading, I mean reading the good literature. A lot of you reading the literature of a bunch of people, like I said, the American Black nationalists. You know? You don't got to read that stuff. I composed the list of things you should be reading. Okay? If nothing else, you go and read that book of power. Period. Right? If nothing else, you go read that. But outside of that, you know, read and train your mind, you know, toward these things too. Particularly, read about the life, the wealth, and the health. You know, read about how other people made get their abundance. Read about how people got their land. Read about how people got their wealth, and imitate, emulate. Right? Another thing is like I said, you want to be wealthy. You want to have that abundance. You don't want like a lot of times, a lot of black nationalists, I'm telling you, like we read their stories, we're like, oh, look how they died in poverty. Isn't that so good? No. You understand? Like, no, it's not good that you die in poverty. It's not good that you die without being able to impact the economy or the place that you're at in a way such that it benefits you and the people around you. You know? We praise Malcolm. We say Malcolm, well, Malcolm died broke. Malcolm died, or Dr. King died with $12 in his account or something like that, right? But then they leave a family that's you know, destitute. You know, you don't want to leave your family destitute. What part of me getting money is me saying, look, if I pass or when I pass, my son got something. You understand? Because that's what my parents did for me. You know, that's what they're doing for me. You know? So it's like you have to say to yourself, like you gotta pass on something. You have to focus on passing on something. You know? And when you have something, you can also give to more people. Because I say to myself, I can give to the people around me. You know what I mean? I could give to the people in my life. Focus on life. I can give to the people in my life. I can give to my kid. I can give to my neighbor. I can give to strangers. You know, one time this sister was talking. She was broke, right? She was talking and all that, and she was like, you know, if I only had this much money, you know, it was small change. You know, not small change, but you know, nothing, right? I mean, I don't wanna boast or brag, so I'm just gonna say it's small change, right? She said if she got this much money, she can start a business, right? Or she can start a new line for her, you know, whatever. So I believed in her. I said, you know, and instead of just listening and being like, wow, that's a cool story, right? I said, you know, what's your cash at? You know, sent that bread. Now, did she do anything with it? No. You know, she wanted to return it. She was like, oh, no, I think she bought the stuff, but she got busy or something like that. And, you know, that's the reality. That's the sad thing about life. But that's what you're supposed to be doing. You know, you're supposed to be helping folk out. Matter of fact, you know, somebody got my Cash App and they've been sending me stuff, and that's great. You know what I mean? Like that's how you're supposed to be living a life where you say to yourself, you know what? I got something. Here you go. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. I say, you know, I talk to people and I'm like, look, you know, wait a minute. One time the sister was talking, she was broke. Yeah, man, sisters be broke, man. Some of these sisters I be talking to, some of these sisters I heard from. Anyway, but like, you know, you know, I mean, look, me personally, I think I gotta avoid, you know, some broke sister. I knew this one sister, yeah, I tell you. But like, even now, I'm like, you gotta stop sweat. Like, you don't even sweat the dollars and bills no more. You know what I mean? You gotta be on the mindset of, you know, like I'm gonna have $1 million. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have stacks. Okay? And with those stacks, I'm gonna go to Africa and I'm gonna give me this, give me that. I mean, I want this, I want that. You know what I mean? And you don't even gotta have it for yourself. You buying it for the community. You know what I mean? Cause the thing is that we have to be of the mindset that we supposed to be, that we got it. Cause if you talk about nation building, right? What is a president but somebody who has it? You know, who got the budget, who got the paycheck, who got the book. You know, they're not. Oh man, I got a penny pinch. You know, but they're saying, look, let me invest in my people. If you're a good president, you buying the building for the students to learn. You buying the textbooks for the students to read from. You buying the educators to write the curriculum, to enforce the curriculum. You buying that stuff. You know? So you gotta be of that mindset. That you have the person you going. Even if you're a private citizen. And when you're a public citizen, you just got a bigger purse. That's all. You know? And I should say wallet, right? I should say wallet. But you know, for the sisters, you don't understand purse, right? And that's what I'm saying, like, and you gotta be intellectually healthy. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of the stuff that y'all read, they're not even it. So I'm saying ignore all of them. And I'm going, whether you're talking about Tariq, Umar, or Yvette, ignore them. And I'm even going to do what I always do. And I'm like, yo, if you're talking about Amos, Malcolm, Fuller, ignore them. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you that you have to focus on, because what happens is that when you're looking at these other folk, it's getting in the way of your good life, good wealth, and good health. Okay? It's getting in the way. Because you're supposed to say, look, what organization am I going to be a part of? Or how am I going to engage and interact? And, you know, like I tell you, a lot of people, like at first I go on do the internet. And it's like, oh yeah, you know, back in 1960, Malcolm X said, like, look, man, that was 50 years ago. You know? That was 50 years ago. And if that's the brunt of your research, if you there looking through everything that was said 50 years ago, right? You missing a whole lot. Like you understand, you missing a whole lot. If you were 60 years old and you stopped learning when you was 10, you would be considered a moron. If you stopped learning at 10, you'll be considered a moron. Or if you stop learning about the world, you know, like you can't stunt your intelligence, you can't stunt your growth. Matter of fact, did I say 50 years? I should have said 60 years. So you had to be 70 and stopped at 10. You know, stopped at 10. You can't keep going back to the distant past. You can't even go back to, because like I said, Amos is from 90s, from the 90s. You know, that's 20 years ago. You know, Fuller is still current, but you know he's always been a Fuller. You know what I'm saying? He always been a Fuller. You know, Tariq, Umar, they jokes. Yvette's a joke. You know, but the point being that, you know, you have to focus on your good life, your good wealth, and your good health, right? So of course I'm going to invite you to the Discord, you know, so that you could get into that. You know, right now I'm mostly talking on the wealth tip. You know, I'm trying to make some decisions, because like I said, I'm trying to go to 7 figures USD. Okay? And I believe in myself. I don't know if it's going to happen, but like I said, I worked out the math. It's possible. You know, and that's the thing. You gotta go sit down with your black ass. Oh, I shouldn't say that. My bad. I remember this sister was mad at me for saying that. You gotta sit down with yourself, okay, and say, how? Like, let me work out the math. When am I gonna be a millionaire? How can I be a millionaire? You know, how can I have 7 figures in the bank? Okay. Of course, before taxes. You know, but of course, you could if you could do it, you probably get it after taxes. Right? How can I have 7 figures? Okay? Because the thing is this, the truth is this, if you just got 5 figures, right? You spend that in Africa, you good. 7 figures is 100 times that. Okay? Around 100 times that. Alright? So you can do 100 times as much and not even feel it. Okay? So that's really what it is. So like I said, you know, you come join the Discord and you come and see what it's really about. It's really about focusing on Uncle Josh Seneb, right? You know, life, wealth, and health. It's really about being organized and disciplined. You know, doing what it takes for you to be wealthy, doing what it takes for you to be healthy, doing what it takes for you to be have a good life. You know, be around good people. You know, be around the good people of the world and be away from the people that aren't good. You know, that's one of the things that we always gonna have trouble with. Uo is saying no. Tell it as it is. Call a spade a spade. Yeah, call a spade a spade. You know, don't gotta pretend that it's not. The thing is, you aim high. If you fall short, you're in mid-high 6 figures. Still good. Exactly. You know, and that's the thing. It's like I remember when I was a kid, I read this thing where it said, you know, if you aim for the stars and you land, right? No, if you aim for the moon and you miss, you'll still, you know, fall among the stars. But if you aim for the ground and hit it, you're just gonna have some dirt in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like don't even aim low. Say to yourself, cause see me once upon a time I was like, look, I ain't even worried about money like that. But then like I said, I was stressing like, what am I gonna do on the continent? You know, all the same. You know, what I'm saying is that yeah, you want to get that so that you don't gotta do nothing. You know, I tell you one time, like for instance, I saw this post. This sister was like, if you don't make $20,000 a month, right? No, if you don't make $20,000 a month, yeah, I think it was a month, then you shouldn't be dating. And I was like, $20,000 a month? Damn, I thought I was balling, right? But then it's like, you know, come to find out, she's talking about 20,000 naira, right? And so 20,000 naira is about $50, okay? So people are making $50, 50 USD a month, walking around living a good life on the continent. Or living a decent life on the continent. $50. $50 a month living a decent life. That means that if you now $50 a month, right? You multiply that by 12, okay? So that's $300 a year. Okay, that means if you walk with $300 in your pocket, right? $300 in your pocket, you could live a decent life on the continent. Now, of course, you know, I don't know if that includes, you know, living and renting or whatever. But the point being that now think about if you walking with $50,000 in your pocket, and I'm not saying I'm gonna walk with $50,000 like literally in my pocket, you know, because I know I'm just gonna be telling on myself. You know, people gonna be like, "Oh, isn't that Oni? That's the dude who says he's gonna walk around." Nah, I ain't saying that, right? But what I'm saying, I'm gonna have it hidden and encrypted and all that stuff. But anyway, look. But what I'm saying is this, right? You got that money in your bank account. You good. Like I remember one of my friends, good friend, she talking about, oh, she made like $12 a day or something. You know? Right? Like what are you making $12,000 a day for? You know? And I'm saying that you don't got to, if you have the money in your pocket, you don't even gotta work. And that means if you don't gotta work, that means that nobody called you a master when you on the continent. That means that you could build 24/7. Okay? You could build 24/7. You know, you could just improve from there. So that's really what it's about. You know, and the thing is that a lot of people ain't even telling you this. A lot of people are trying to get you to, you know, like for instance, a lot of people trying to get you to work in America, and you know, oh, we're gonna protest, we're gonna look at this, look at Biden, he's disrespected us, and oh, you see how he, you know, like come on, like I get it, you ain't happy with this election and selection and what have you, you know, and I mean like for what it's worth, like yeah, I actually do prefer Biden over thing. That's like no cap. Okay? All the same, you know, I understand that my life is towards getting the good health, getting the good wealth, getting the good life. That's it. And that's what you're supposed to be doing. You know, and if people ain't telling you that, people giving you a bunch of distractions, people telling you, oh, this celebrity did this, so on and so forth, just put them to the side. Ask anybody you engaging with, how is this towards Uncle Josh and them, or how is this towards my good life, my good wealth, or my good health? And you focus on that, you organize around that, you get disciplined around that, you get healthy, you get wealthy, and then yeah, you thank me later. Alright? And of course, like I said, you know, you come to the Discord, we chop it up about that stuff, or you you get the books, support, you know, like me personally, you know, the books ain't even about my wealth. It's really about your intellectual health. Okay? It's really about your intellectual health. But it's also about, look, you supporting your people. You know what I mean? That's what I do. Like I said, this sister that I decided to, you know, like invest in, like that's just supporting the sister. You know, after a while I realized she wasn't about nothing, and I said, look, you know, I don't want to even hear from you again. But don't even talk to me about that little money. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta just be real. When you know, it's about your life. Okay? I mean, it's not to say that you're trying to be selfish or nothing, but I'm saying, you know, you gotta know what it is. You know, you help people. If people don't help themselves, that's on them. Okay? You try to help people. You try to be helpful. And you gotta be giving, okay? But you also gotta be living. All right? You're not waiting on nobody. You're just going through. You know, like I said, you get your wealth together. You ain't gotta worry about nobody hiring you. You don't gotta worry about nobody firing you. When you hear somebody talk about, oh yeah, black people get fired, right? Don't sweat it. Like they wasted your time. Yeah, you're gonna get fired. You have to be self-hired. Period. All right. So that's what I would say to you. I mean, if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, recollections, collections, you know, let me know. But otherwise, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, those are the 5 reasons you should ignore them. Ignore the quote-unquote American black nationalists, and really focus on what you need to be about, which is just being focused. Okay? Being focused on Uncle Josh and Neb, and what that would mean for you is to be organized and disciplined around those. And of course, that's going to improve your wealth and your health, both physically and intellectually. And those are, of course, what it is. Because, like I said, a lot of folk ain't there. A lot of folk ain't there emotionally. A lot of folk ain't there intellectually. And of course, you know, if that's the case for them, you know, like I said, you know, you got the literature. You got the list of books as well, but you got the book of power. So you just get it to them. You give it to them. You say, look, man, you know something? You sound like a psychopath. Here, read this, okay? Read this, calm yourself. You know, that's all you got to do. And you might be like, oh, well, you know, and you do that because you wealthy, because you rich. You say to yourself, look, man, I bought this book. I put this money on it. Here, you read it. You know? That's it. You just do this kind of stuff because it's like you're going places. You have to realize, I want people to understand this. A lot of people ain't going to go places. You know, I was talking about this on the on the Twitter, right? On Twitter or whatever, right? Where it's like income, like wealth inequality is built in. Like wealth is built into the system of wealth, in the sense that the same way that health inequality is built in. Okay? The way how if you are not organized or disciplined or focused on health, you're not going to necessarily be on par with a person who is. You know, like I'm not going to be on par with an athlete, right? Unless I'm really focused organized and disciplined. Because in order to be an athlete, or for the most part, like a star quality athlete, you gotta be all focused, organized, and disciplined. So there's gonna be that health disparity, inequality already, right? The same with wealth, right? If you're not focused, organized, or disciplined, right, and other people are, right, they're gonna be better off. It's the same way as that, like even if you have the same income, like I said, if I put aside my income, because it's like this, like I said, I might have a sibling who let's say if I give one of my siblings this amount of money and I give another one of my siblings this amount of money, right? That one sibling might be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to invest in this particular market. They're going to do their research. They're going to do this whatever. Let's say it's cryptocurrency or whatever. They invest in that. They get a profit, right? Another one of my siblings might be like, you know what? I'm going to buy me some marijuana. You already know. They're going to burn it. That's it. Okay? That's it. Now, at the end, you're going to say, well, there's a wealth inequality. No! There ain't no wealth. Yeah, you could say there's a wealth inequality, but that's because of the different discipline. That's because of the different focus. That's because of the different organization. You know? So I'm telling you, I'm emphasizing to you that not everybody's going to have wealth. A lot of our people, you might not believe it. Like for instance, that sister I was talking about, even the one that I said I gave that money to, right? She was a pothead. Okay? She have no work, like no employment. Every day she burning. I don't know how. I don't even understand it. I don't know how she affords it because that stuff is expensive. And it's not just her. You talk to sophisticated sisters, same thing. They're like, oh yeah, my dealer, brought me $300, $300. $300. Now, $300 ain't nothing, right? But all the same, you're just burning it. So, this is you're gonna have that. So you have to realize that you are going to be better off. I'm talking to you. You are going to be better off because you're going to be focused. You're going to be organized and you're going to be disciplined. So if you are better off, stop thinking like these cheap ass people. Stop following them. Stop listening to them because they are going to stay the same place they at. The sister who I told you I invested in her business. Bought her, gave her the money to buy all of the things that she would require. She didn't even start. Now she has an excuse, she says, right? But the reality is that she still ain't started. Her excuse was that, she had to deal with her kid and all that, and I understand, right? Her kid was like, whatever, right? But the reality is that not everybody's going to move forward, but you can if you just focus. And so I'm telling you to focus. A lot of people are not going to tell you to focus. I'm telling you to focus. I'm telling you what to focus on because I'm telling you this, right? Stop thinking like these other people. Don't say, I don't have any money for books. No, you get yourself a collection. I got books. I got maybe 50 books right now. I never even opened. Okay? I haven't even opened. All right? Because you can't think cheap. You understand? I'm gonna say, does she listen to this podcast? Nah, I ain't telling that, man. You already know. but yeah, like you already know. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like you can't. A lot of these people are gonna have you thinking poor, thinking broke, thinking cheap, thinking silly, thinking nonsense. Nah. Think big. Think abundance. Think wealth. Think health. You understand? Don't be like, oh, well, there's a lot of black people are in front of a food desert. Don't worry about that shit. Like I tell you, you go to the black community, you go to some of these neighborhoods. This brother was telling me, he was like, he's in this neighborhood, right? He said, hey, do you know, I walked into this other neighborhood, and I didn't know if it was open or not, I didn't know if it was open or not because they didn't put the gate down. And I'm like, wait, you never left your neighborhood? Like, the dude's like 50. He never stepped out of his own neighborhood. 50 years. Don't make no damn sense. He never stepped out of his own neighborhood at night. You can't like there are people who are going to be like that. Like I said, the sister smoking weed every day. There are people like that. That's not you. You don't have to compare yourself to these people. These are the statistics that you're trying to bring up and brag about and say, oh, I'm being held back. No. Don't worry about the statistics. You go through your life and you say, how can I go forward? You know, and real talk, I'm being real, right? Especially when I get it. When I got it like that, I could definitely be like, yo, what you need? You know what I'm saying? What you need? Because that's how you're supposed to go through life. You have to get that abundance. Okay? You know, you say, look, you say, oh, snap, wait a second. Onitaset got a book? Got it. I got it. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all do that with these other cats. Y'all be like, oh, is a new Malcolm X book? Like, what are you talking about? There ain't no new Malcolm X books. You know, that's just people trying to distract you. Oh, yeah, well, Malcolm X saw that the racism of Lyndon B. Johnson was such that, like, what? Like, who cares? You know? Like, even Amos got a book out now. You know, like, what? You know? Like, no, nobody's worried about, like, what? Oh, this is what I thought, 20 years ago. What I thought about black male violence 20 years ago. Like, and that's what I'm saying, like, it's statistic stuff. Don't worry about the statistics. Don't worry about black male violence. You understand? Like you think I'm gonna be worried? Like you think, if you living in, if you go and move to another continent, you think you're worried about black male violence in inner cities? You understand? And I mean, like, I'm not saying, like, and it's like this. If you want to help out black men in inner cities, that's a different story. If you want to help out black men in inner cities, then of course, you go read whatever literature you can find on it. That's one. Two, you also, you also go and get active, but you go and get active with some abundance, with a deep pocket, not with tweets, not with, Malcolm, well, this is what Amos Wilson said about black male violence. He said that black man is really only violent because the police presence. No, shut up. Shut up. If you're talking about like you say, look, I'm gonna put in resources. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna put down, let's say, $3,000 for a DJ. Rent out a space. Have particular musicians, music guests. Have this person. Have a whole. Kind of like Afro punk. That's what Afro punk was. Afro punk wasn't, I don't agree with Afro punk. I think it was better when it was free. I mean, I liked that it was free. Of course, that's me being a cheap ass back then, but still, I like when it was free. I like when it wasn't all that LGBT stuff, definitely. But, the point being that they wasn't like, like they were, like some of them might have been sitting down like, where's the black representation? But nah, they just said, look, we're going to rent this, we're going to get this park, we're going to open it up, we're going to have this, and all these black folk from around the world started showing up. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Showing up for a quote-unquote positive cause. Now, of course, it's a dorky-ass cause. Black folk and punk music or some shit like that. That's stupid. But, like, you could do the same thing. You could do positive black messages. Positive, because, like, you could be a producer of musicians. You could do, like, there's so much stuff you could do with abundance, with wealth, with land, with property, with all that. So, like just get with it. You understand? Get with it. Bit of medicine said Album gay as hell now. I think Album was always gay, man. No cap, man. like I don't even know what that was about. But, I think the only reason why I went there is because black folk was there. But, like, that was when it was free. Like, it was free and black folk was there. But as soon as it wasn't free, but I also, like I tell you, like, you might see, like, some drag stuff on the stage or something. I wasn't even with it. I mean, plus whatever. But, like, that's what it is. That's what I'm gonna tell you. So that's why you ignore the rest of them and you just go for what it is. You say to yourself, focus on what you can do, organize on what you can't do alone, right? Discipline yourself to keep yourself at what you're supposed to be focused on, and then you will be wealthy and healthy, both physically and intellectually, and of course spiritually. And obviously, if you want to read more about that, the Nobiko essay in the Book of Power. And of course, if you steal a cheap ass for some reason, you can always read it free on the preview of the Book of Power. And I think you can see either the description below, or you can join the Discord, look at the free books, and you can get it that way. But otherwise, thanks so much, everybody. Oh wait, hold on a second. I see. It says have to be organized to make anything happen. One issue is having too many ideas. Yeah, exactly. We're not focused. And like I said, we're not even focused on the major things. Like you have black folk. I want to say this because Good Madison brought it up. You have black folk who are saying we don't want the vaccine, right? And then you have other black folk who are saying we want to be first to get the vaccine. Like it's like you so not organized that you got one group that's like we don't want to get the vaccine ever, and you got another group that's saying we want to be first. Why you don't have us first? You're racist. You know? I like how you added the wealth angle to your broadcast. Peace on to you, brother. Yeah, Ticum said that. Yeah, man, you got to focus, because this is the thing. Our ancestors said Uncle John said never. You know? And the thing is that we can't, like, this was one of the things that I always tried to focus on. Even back when I had the African blood siblings, I was like, I ain't trying to be one of them people who's telling you to be broke. You know? Because that's one of the things that our ancestors were telling us. Like, if you go and focus on the Black Panther Party, they was like, oh, you know, like some Christian stuff, you know? Oh, you so broke. You know, be broke. Nah, don't be broke, right? Focus on getting yourself that wealth that you need to get. Because when you have that wealth, you could do so much more. A lot of people from Africa, matter of fact, they are like a bunch of beggars. A lot of people, like, a lot of people you see, they're like, oh, man, you know, I'm in Africa and I want to help. You know, I want to, and so forth. And it's like, look, you don't got to listen to that. You don't got to listen to that. But you should listen. But you can listen for an opportunity. Okay? You can listen for an opportunity. You know, because if people who ain't got no money are able to do stuff on the continent, then you can do stuff too. Okay? If people who don't got can do something, you can do something too when you got. So go get it. All right? You know, and of course, you just find a way. Find a way. It's easier said than done. But like I said, you come onto the Discord, right? And just talk about it. Say, you know what, I have this idea, and you can share it. If you want to share it privately with me, you can private message me. You know? If you want to share it privately, if you want to share it publicly, you know, with vague details, you can share it publicly with vague details. Okay? Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever you're comfortable with, just go for it. And of course, like I said, you know, just join that Discord, talk with us, you know? Bit of Medicine says, yeah, consciousness has a struggle in all aspects, things going on. Yeah, exactly. You don't got to struggle. Like, that's what I said about, like, Fred Hampton Jr. You know, Fred Hampton Jr. was like, his father couldn't even feed him. But they were feeding kids in the community. Like, that's, like, what? You know? One of the tenets inside the African Blood Siblings, right, which was the organization I had before, was, you know, organization benefits its memberships. Otherwise, it's misorganization. As I say, that you have to have benefits when you're organizing. You know, like when you work in, like, an organization is like employment, your job. You have a benefit when you work for this white boy, and to say that's just that he pays you. You understand? Or if you're in the church, you got a benefit in the sense that you know, you get to hear a lecture for free, if you will. You know, whatever. But the point being that you get more than the people who aren't members. When it came to the Black Panther Party, it was like, if you were a member, you weren't being benefited. You know, you were taking an L. It was costing you and benefiting the people outside the organization. And that's why it just couldn't even sustain itself. Real talk. You know? Like, that's why I had to get outside financing. You know, you have to organize to benefit the people in the organization. So, like, you talk about a wealth club, all of y'all getting wealth. You understand? You talking about a health club, all of y'all improving y'all health. You talking about a life club, all of y'all is positive, radiating. Like I said, like that one sister that I was talking about, the abstinence and all that. Like when you talk to her, she uplifts your spirit. She a good woman. You know? Nice woman. You know? Now, of course, like I said, she abstinent, so I don't really talk too much to her. You know, I shouldn't say that, because she might actually listen. But, you know, but still, you know, like I'm not gonna talk her out. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that, you know, I'm not. The reason why I said I'm not gonna talk her out, I'm gonna say this: that I ain't gonna big up sisters doing that. You know what I mean? Because if I big up a sister doing that, then someday I'm gonna talk to a sister and she'll be like, "Didn't you think that was good to be abstinent?" I'll be like, I'll be in a whole lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be straightforward. I gotta be straight up with that. But all the same, yeah, you know, don't struggle in all sorts of things, and really just focus on like getting and improving yourself. I'm gonna say for one of these things that one of these brothers was telling me that Amos's book, you know, Moving for Black Power, actually helped him get some wealth. So I mean, it's not to say that, you know, even though I don't necessarily approve of the book, even though I know it's an evolutionary book, even though I know it's so on and so forth, I'm not saying you can't get nothing from other things. What I mean is this: practice that abundance. You know, so you can get anybody's book, just read it, but don't read it like read it with an understanding that you got to focus on three things. Okay, focus on life, and that should be life on the continent, right? But even notwithstanding, if you can't go to the continent, or if you're not in the continent, whatever, that's still cool. You know, that should be life where you at, means that you're surrounded by positive people, you're not tolerating no abuses, you're not so on and so forth, you're involved in organization, you're involved in bettering the people around you, you're involved in giving and getting, you know, you're involved in transactions, business, so on and so forth, like you living that good life, you know what I'm saying? You have, you know, you're involved with the women, or if you're a sister, you involved with the men. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm talking about. All right? You know, so you know, get those books. Like I said, I got the books. I got Nelly Fuller's books. I got Malcolm X's books. I got Amos Wilson's books. I got like four of them. Like three, like most of them I never even opened. You know what I'm saying? But or I did open and I was just like, nah, I ain't reading this. But but like I'm saying, like, just get the stuff. You know, right now I'm trying to engage myself in sci-fi books. Didn't open them. I got like 5 of them. Only opened one of them. It's not even that bad. You know, but it's all the same. Like, just do what you like. Use your abundance. You know what I mean? Reward yourself. Okay? I'm thinking to myself, I want to go buy myself a new, you know, whatever. You know, it's gonna cost me. It's gonna set me back. And it's not gonna set me back. See what I'm saying? I don't even think it's gonna set me back. I say to myself, should I get it now or later? And I'm saying to myself, why not just get it now? You know? Be that baller. You know? Be that money. Okay? But anyway, thanks so much, family, for joining. You know, think abundantly. Think of getting what you want to get, and, you know, live your life to the fullest, to the max. Because you know, I'm not gonna say you only have one, but you got this one right now, and so, you know, just use it, beat it, you know, and do good, do well in this world, do good and do well. Okay. But thanks so much for listening. Thank you for the engage. And of course, Shambi Hotep. And yeah, peace.